We've all been told to walk away from people who treat us poorly, yet it's not always easy to recognize these toxic people. And if you're stuck in a relationship with them, it can be even harder to identify the warning signs of narcissistic abuse. To help you become more aware of what it looks like, here are some of its common signs. Number 1, you feel constantly on edge around them. Have you ever felt on edge around a particular person? When you're around this person, do you find yourself constantly worrying about what they might say or do next? This feeling of apprehension and anxiety could be because of their manipulative tactics. According to BetterHelp, manipulative tactics are one of the hallmarks of narcissistic abuse. Narcissists often use emotional manipulation to get what they want from those around them. This may include guilt-tripping, shaming, or threatening. If you notice that you're always walking on eggshells around someone, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 2, they're overly critical. Are you always hearing criticism from them? It's normal for people to make mistakes, but it's not okay for someone to constantly criticize you for everything you do. According to an article from the mental health app Shine, it's part of a narcissist's nature to belittle other people, and they will do so at every opportunity. The goal of their constant criticism isn't to improve you, it's to tear you down and make you feel bad about yourself. The article explains that narcissists believe that other people are inferior, and they use criticism as a way of exerting control over them. If someone constantly criticizes you and makes you feel bad about yourself, it could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 3, they isolate you from your loved ones. Do you feel isolated from your loved ones? It's normal for people to have some alone time from their friends and family, but it's not okay if it's because of someone trying to isolate you from your support system. Narcissistic abuse can also involve social isolation, which is when a narcissist tries to isolate their victim from their friends and family. This can be done by manipulating the victim into believing that their loved ones do and care about them, or by making the victim feel ashamed for spending time with them. If you feel isolated from your loved ones and you think it may be because of someone's manipulation, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 4, they use guilt trips to get what they want. Guilt trips are another common tactic that narcissistic abusers use to get what they want. They may accuse you of being ungrateful or make you feel guilty for not doing something that they want you to do. According to BetterHelp, guilt is a powerful emotion that can be used to manipulate people into doing things that they do and want to do. When a narcissist uses guilt trips, it's important to remember that they're not actually remorseful. They just want you to do what they want you to do. If you notice that someone is using guilt trips to get you to do things, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 5, they don't apologize or take responsibility for their actions. Have you ever tried to talk to this person about their behavior? When you try to talk to them about their behavior, how do they respond? One telltale sign of narcissistic abuse is when the person refuses to apologize or take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they may deflect and say that you're making them feel bad or guilty. According to an article published by the mental health organization NAMI, this is because narcissists believe that they are always right and that they don't need to apologize for anything. If someone never apologizes or takes responsibility for their actions, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 6, they refuse to compromise. Is it hard to come to a compromise with this person? Healthy relationships require compromise from both sides. However, if you're in a relationship with a narcissistic abuser, they may refuse to compromise. This is because they believe that they are always right and that their needs are more important than yours. For example, let's say you and your partner are planning to go out with some friends. The narcissistic abuser may refuse to go out because they want to stay in and watch TV, even though you've made it clear that you would rather go out. If you notice that someone is always refusing to compromise, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 7, they lack empathy. Does this person show little to no empathy towards you or others? A lack of empathy is another common sign of narcissistic abuse. Narcissists are only concerned with themselves and their own needs. They don't care about how their words or actions affect other people. For example, let's say that you're going through a difficult situation like the death of a loved one or the end of a relationship. The narcissistic abuser in your life may not offer their condolences or try to support you. Instead, they may make it about themselves and talk about how they're feeling. If you notice that someone lacks empathy towards you or others, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 8, they're extremely sensitive to criticism. How do you respond when you hear criticism? While everyone has the right to their opinion, some people can take it too far and become overly sensitive to criticism. People with narcissistic personality disorder are known to be extremely sensitive to any type of criticism, no matter how constructive it is. According to NAMI, this is because they see any criticism as a threat to their fragile ego. As a result, they may lash out and become extremely angry or defensive. If you notice that someone is extremely sensitive to criticism, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 9, they blame you for their mistakes. Do they blame you for their mistakes? In a relationship with a narcissistic abuser, they may blame you for their mistakes instead of taking responsibility for their actions. This can be extremely frustrating and confusing, especially if you're trying to be helpful. For example, let's say that you're trying to help a friend move into their new apartment. The narcissistic abuser in your life may start yelling at you and blaming you for their mistakes, even though you're trying to help them. If you notice that someone is always blaming you for their mistakes, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 10. They engage in risky behaviors. Another sign of narcissistic abuse is when the person engages in risky behaviors without considering the consequences. This can include things like drunk driving, substance abuse, and gambling. According to BetterHelp, these behaviors are often used as a way for the narcissist to escape from their problems and the reality of their life. If you notice that someone is engaging in risky behaviors, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 11. They use your love against you. Do you often hear them say hurtful things to you? One of the most painful forms of narcissistic abuse is when the person uses your love against you. This can happen in a few different ways. For example, let's say that you've been working hard on a project and you finally finish it. Instead of congratulating you, the narcissistic abuser in your life may say something like, "What took you so long? I thought you were supposed to be done yesterday." They may also use your love against you by making you feel guilty for not doing things their way. For example, they may say something like, "You're so selfish, you never do anything for me." If you notice that someone is using your love against you, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 12. They're overly dramatic. Are you often surprised by their overly dramatic reactions? People with narcissistic personality disorder are often overly dramatic. This means that they may react in an exaggerated way to situations. For example, let's say that you're running late to meet them for dinner. Instead of understanding that things happen and you'll be there soon, they may throw a tantrum and make a scene in the restaurant. If you notice that someone is overly dramatic in their reactions, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. Number 13. They have a sense of entitlement. Another sign of narcissistic abuse is when the person has a sense of entitlement. This means that they believe that they are entitled to certain privileges that other people are unentitled to. For example, let's say that you're at a party and you're having a great time. The narcissistic abuser in your life may demand that the DJ play their favorite song, even though it's not the right time to play it. If you notice that someone has a sense of entitlement, this could be a sign of narcissistic abuse. If you think you may be experiencing narcissistic abuse, please reach out to a mental health professional today. They can help you identify the signs of narcissistic abuse and develop healthy coping mechanisms. They can also teach you how to set boundaries with narcissistic abusers and how to protect yourself from their manipulation. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. Don't let anyone treat you otherwise. Did you relate to this video? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with those who might benefit from it. And forget to hit the notification bell icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.